Hello everyone, this is Moshe the Electric Israeli. Welcome to another episode. And if you are new, welcome. Please subscribe. My channel's motto is change the world one electric car at a time. And those of you who've been following my channel for the past 3.5 years, you know that I avoid, like the plague, I avoid talking about political issues. I don't like to talk about politics, but I am as independent as they come. You know, I like ideas from all different directions. I don't think anybody owns all the good ideas. And then obviously I dedicate this channel for electric cars, clean environment, solar panels, wind. I talk about it. I've been environmentalist since I remember myself, growing up in Israel and here in America. And the biggest, hottest topic nowadays is the new Green Deal introduced by mainly Congresswoman Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, also known as AOC, and stirred a lot of discussion and controversy. Obviously, big ideas tend to do that, and that's a good thing. And now, I'm not going to get into the politics, and I'm not going to get into the social issues part of this proposal. I'm going to focus solely and almost exclusively on the environmental stuff, basically to give you the highlights of what she said in the introduction. Is basically America should move into complete and total renewable energy, cars and electricity by 2030. That's not a long time from now. Complete elimination of the combustion engine, and also all the power plants that use coal or natural gas or any fossil fuel to create electricity, and to move completely to renewables. She also talks about the agriculture, meat consumption, and how that contributes to the climate change and all these effects on weather pattern and all that. Now, I have to tell you a couple things. A lot of opponents said it's very expensive and all that. That can be argued later on. But a lot of said it's very radical. And I don't think it's radical enough, because I think what radical is the threat of climate change. Don't take my word for this. The Pentagon years ago said that the number one threat on world peace is, number one, top of everything else, is climate change. Civil wars in the Middle East are ignited by migration movement because of climate change. The country where I'm from, Israel, has experienced 5 years of extreme drought. Most of the water, if you go to Israel, most of the water you're going to drink come from the Mediterranean Sea. All right? Fires in California, extreme weathers, the hurricanes in Puerto Rico, in Houston, in Florida, and on you go. I experienced 3 major hurricanes and storms here in New Jersey in the past 10 years. So even if, and I want to quote Elon Musk, even if people like me who believe that climate change is caused by human activity, by polluting the air and the oceans and releasing of the CO2 into the atmosphere, even if I'm 99% wrong and 1% right, are you willing to take that risk? Is humanity willing to take the risk that even if you are 99% right and I'm 1% right, meaning those who say that climate change is not caused by human activity, if they are 99% right but 1% wrong, are we willing to take that change? Now let me tell you my 2 angles on this. And my 2 angles are very, very simple. Now, there are some aspects in my political point of view, and one of them is capitalism. I love capitalism. Capitalism have lifted more people out of poverty than anything else. Socialism stinks, okay? And I tell you that from the economic point of view, it will be great economic advantage. Imagine transforming in the next decade the fossil fuel industry to electric. How many great jobs this will create. Think about the transformation between the horse and the buggy to cars. How many jobs and how many families it sustained for over 100 years. Not only those who make the car, all the people around it, transforming the cars, the planes, the rail, air, into this new amazing technology. You know that the fastest growing industry, or one of the fastest growing industries, is wind and solar installers and engineers. It's not as now. Imagine if that will be the aim for the next 10 years. And I tell you, and here's a little bit of my politics. I'll tell you, I believe it should be government inspired and incentivized and done by private business. Governments suck, okay? But government can create the economic environment for that to happen, okay? Look what Tesla and GM did in the last 5-6 years, selling more, between them 500,000 electric and plug-in hybrid car, and the tax incentives, how they help people transition. I'm living testimonials. 3 cars, 3 incentives. Okay, I didn't do it for that because I'm an idealist, but for a lot of people, this is what they do. So not only it will have a great economic impact, capitalism, it will have a great environmental impact. It will halt and hopefully reverse these awful trends that we see, this awful phenomena that we see of rising oceans, of extreme climate change phenomenons in all over the world. And poor countries and poor people will suffer the most first. So, but it's in everybody's best interest to do it. She talks about, Ocasio-Cortez talks about retrofitting building. Yes, I retrofitted my house. I put solar panels on it. And my next project will be the backup battery. All right, and on and on. Okay, I'm not resting, and a lot of people doing it. Where I work, the entire building gets its power from the sun. I charge my car at home and at work off the sun. Okay, so this it's not like a new invention, like somebody just came up with it. It's been around for 100 years. We have to do it. You know, people in Beijing walk around with face masks because they cannot breathe the fume. So whether it impacts the climate or not, it doesn't matter. It impacts your lungs for sure. I go to South Florida every year for Christmas, and then we like to walk on the streets. You know what? I can't breathe anymore. There's so many the cars there on the main street, like where pedestrians walk. I can't. It's awful. So even for that, for human health. So I think that if we don't think big and we don't put a timeline, it's like when you have a term paper. If you don't get a deadline, you're never going to submit it. Yes, in the next 10 years, and that may be not aggressive enough, but we have to think big and bold of what we should do economically and environmentally. If people don't get the environment, okay, great, fine. Economic. I have converted, quote unquote, so many people from their regular car to electric car by just letting them drive my cars. So many, both on this channel and in person. People from this channel, I let them drive my car who we happen to be in the same area. And on and on and on you go. So that's my point. I am for the new Green Deal, the Green New Deal. And I want it bigger. Because only when you think big, you get things accomplished. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts. Please subscribe. Help me change the world one electric car at a time and then some. You can be my supporter by becoming a Patreon. I'll see you tomorrow in another video.